Hey, how you guys doing, man? Good morning, good morning. Once again, this is Sulaiman from Professional Boxing. Yeah, I want to make a quick video right here. Um, talk about a little about boxing today, about this morning, this beautiful morning, up in the NYC. You know what I mean? First thing, talking about professional boxing, road work is essential for all top tier athletes in the game. I mean, so if you don't like road work, then your performance is not going to be that good in professional boxing. Road work is essential. See all these fighters nowadays fighting in fights and aspiring to be title contenders and world champions. They have to get the fundamentals. That is road work. That is boxing. They got to learn how to duck, jab, duck punches, slick punches, head movement. This is something that's being forgotten in boxing today. I mean, everybody want to be a world champion, but they're not paying the dues. You know what I mean? You got to pay the dues to be a world champion nowadays. You got all these people chit-chatting about boxing all the time, but they don't know nothing about the fundamentals. One of the basic fundamentals is road work. A lot of people got to do road work. They got to go to these beautiful parks in the NYC. You know what I mean? Do a little some walking, you know what I mean? Get a little exercise in there. You know what I'm saying? Try to get themselves ready so they contend. So now if you're on the world level and you're a professional athlete, then you got to take it to an elite level. You got to conduct at least a 6-mile run in the morning, at least. You know? And if you still got stamina for the night, you got to do another run in the night. That's how you keep yourself, you make your weight. That's how, you get yourself the stamina for the later rounds. There's no way that you're going to run out of stamina if you're doing road work. You're doing road work appropriately. You don't have to run fast or nothing like that. You just got to do your road work, you know what I mean? A little light jog, at least a 14 or 15 minute mile. Do like 6 miles in the morning, break a sweat. All that salt, all that stuff gets out of the system. You know what I'm saying? Makes you keep yourself balanced, get your body back in shape. You know what I mean? You got all these guys grotesquely overweight, out of shape, and they can't make the weight no more. And at the end of the day, you do an investigation, you find out that the guy's not doing his road work. You know what I mean? So yeah, they do the road work in the morning, and some of them do the road work at night. Then if it's winter, they don't like running in the winter, they do it on the treadmill. Or some of them just run in the treadmill, get that conditioning there. I hear that a lot of guys hate running on the treadmill before title fights or when they're camped because they don't want to hurt their knees on that machine. So they rather run on pavement, like a nice little track or something. So the body, you conserve the knees, But you got to break a sweat, you got to be, it make you independent, you know what I mean? Because it's just you on the pavement when you're doing the run. So you take that to the boxing ring and you do the same thing, Then another essential I noticed, you got to do a lot of sparring. You got to have a lot of world-class sparring. You got to be in a gym that put you into the spar. You got to get opponents that you could build. You got to get hit when you sparring. All these cats is commenting, so-and-so was sparring so-and-so, and he was tagging him, and the guy ran out of there, and so forth. He didn't want to fight no more. First thing is, when you're sparring, you don't spar a big dude, man. Because a heavier person that's not in your division, they can inflict damage on you. And remember, you're training for a fight, so how the hell are you going to go spar with if you're a middleweight, sparring with a light heavyweight and up, you got to be crazy. Unless the guy's taking it light on you and you just going through the routine, but you don't go full sparring with a guy heavier than you is ridiculous, you know what I mean? So a lot of these young cats, they're sparring these dudes and they make rumors, the guy spars so he ran out. I will run out myself. I'm not going to spar no dude that's hitting me full force and he's heavier than me. I'm going to be the same way. So all these rumors that they say about guys sparring, for example, like when Gervonta Davis sparred Alberto Machado. Alberto Machado is a Puerto Rican fighter. He's a champion. He's supposed to be the super champion of that division, 130-pound division. But when he beat Jezreel Corrales got stripped. He got stripped for his super status, and he fought for the vacant regular belt after he dethroned Takashi Uchiyama in the 130-pound division, and defended his super status, his super 138 WBO belt, the first belt that was created in boxing, against Takashi, and won the fight by split decision. Takashi went into retirement after that fight, and Jezreel Corrales was supposed to be the lineal and the super champion in that division. He failed to make the weight, and I don't know how, but he lost his super status. So his super status was hanging around for a while. So then he fought Alberto Machado, and by the way, Alberto Machado won a fight on points against that same guy that everybody was talking nonsense about, Ryan Garcia fighting. Carlos Morales lost by points to Alberto Machado, the biggest puncher and the most feared guy in the 130-pound division. No, it's not Gervonta Davis, it's Alberto Machado. That's the most feared 130-pounder. Okay? So yeah, so he went 10 rounds with this guy for a regional belt before he acquired the WBA regular title, the world title, not the super title, which Gervonta Davis has at this time, being that Jezreel Corrales couldn't make the weight. So that belt, that title was up on the line when Gervonta Davis fought against Jesus Cuellar. When he fought Jesus Cuellar, that title was on the line. That was a super for the WBA super title at that division, 130-pound division. So I mean, fighting a guy like Jesus Cuellar coming up in weight that lost by split decision to Abner Mares, and him being knocked out by Gervonta, that put Gervonta's stock sky high. Gervonta became more popular. He's a two-time same division 130-pound champion. He had the IBF, lost it on the scales, okay, and contested for the WBA super status title, and which he has now, and that put his stock sky high because the young guy is undefeated. He's probably the most biggest puncher in the division. He's Tysonistic in his style of fighting. He has a granite chin. I mean, he's been hit by several other world champions that he has fought, and also contenders, and he hasn't even felt, I haven't even seen him back up from the punches. So unless he meets a puncher, unless Machado could fulfill that niche for a puncher against Gervonta Davis, okay, basically he hasn't, we haven't found it like that yet. If he fights Lomachenko's gonna use finesse, boxing style. I think if he hits him to the body like he hit Jorge Linares, I don't think he's gonna dent Gervonta Davis. Being that he's 135, I think Gervonta Davis might move up, but he's aspiring other fights at this division for now. And if he takes that fight, that's a money fight. But Lomachenko at the time is gonna fight Pedraza, a past opponent of Gervonta Davis. And after that fight, then he's probably going to look for another opponent, most probably Mikey Garcia, unless Gervonta Davis moves up. So for the meantime, Alberto Machado is there. Alberto Machado, the explosivo from Puerto Rico, he's there, the 130-pound division, and this gentleman knocked out Jezreel Corrales. He was the guy that was supposed to be the lineal champion, the ex-super champion, but he had weight problems. So he fought Alberto Machado and got put away in 8 rounds. After he got put out in 8 rounds, he tried to ask for a rematch, but he was pushed away because Puerto Rico was going to the situation with that storm, and that fight was dedicated for the people, the victims of that storm. So right now he's scheduled to fight somebody else, Alberto Machado. He's going to be defending that belt, an opponent. So if he fights that guy and he beats him, then that fight will take place. I'm pretty sure Alberto Machado is keeping himself in condition for anything that pops up after that fight. If he doesn't get caught or hurt in this fight with his opponent, then he could be able to sign the contract for a possible fight against Davis or anybody else. So Tevin Farmer, I don't know. I hear a lot of people say that he could box great. He doesn't have no power. He's been put away by Pedraza in the past. So if he gets matched to fight a guy that got hit, that got popped like Ryan Davis, if I was Ryan Garcia, I'll try to push for that fight. I ask my promoters to try to make that fight happen by any way possible. Tevin Farmer is right for him. Tevin Farmer doesn't do good against punchers. I still think Ryan Garcia has punching power. He just fought an underrated fighter. In this last fight, Carlos Morales is a world-class fighter. And he's an ex-WBA, NABA belt, champion. He had a regional belt. And when he fought, he lost by points to Alberto Machado, a huge puncher. I mean, not only is he tall, but he hits mad hard. They say he fights like Alexa Arguello. So he won the distance with him. And then Ryan Garcia with his little professional career at the age of 20 got a point to win from this guy. He beat this guy in points. And hey man, the guy's tough as hell, man. So we gotta stop being so critical of these young prospects fighting guys at this world level. I think he's just managed to touch the world level. I think from this fight he grew a lot. I think if the Tevin Farmer fight comes up, after Tevin Farmer defends his belt against the opponent that he has a contract with, he should push for this fight. Right now the WBO belt is vacant. Maybe he could get a unification bout. Tevin Farmer or Ryan Garcia could push to get that fight. So the sky's the limit for Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia, even Carlos Morales, his stock went up in that fight. I won't be surprised Carlos Morales contests for a world champion. He's from California. His nickname is The Solution, La Solución, Carlos Morales. I mean, he did a beautiful fight there. He showed people that he's in the world level. He's about to get into the world level also. He only has 3 losses and 3 draws. So, I mean, you can't sleep on this guy. This guy is not bad at all. He got 6 knockouts. He's 17-3-3 with 6 knockouts. Carlos Morales. He already has a points loss to a world champion, Alberto Machado. He already has another points loss to Ryan Garcia. He gave Ryan Garcia hell in this fight. But I guess if they both learned in this fight, they both learned that, hey man, a puncher could blow his wad and run out of stamina if he's not training appropriately. And you got to do road work and excess. When you get to the world level, you got to do road work and excess, people. Because you might find yourself in that situation like Ryan Garcia, and you might blow your wad and your stamina tank is over. So you got to be able to acquire that second win so you could take it to a world level. Okay? We've seen it in several fights in the past. We've seen it with the greats, you know. There was guys like Roy Jones, throws a humongous amount of combination punching, and vast. That guy was always in the gym. He was a gym rat. He was doing road work maybe 2 or 3 times a day to keep himself like that. So he's an example for us. Also, the legendary James Toney is another guy that was doing a lot of road work, keeping himself in shape when he was 168 pound champion. But that's a guy that we got to take as an example too. I mean, stamina is a big key in boxing today. It even helps you with the combinations. You got to hit the double impact. That also increases the stamina. It also increases the accuracy of your punches, and also increases you and stamina too. Because you're throwing accuracy punches, you become light with your fists. You don't have to be like throwing like hellacious haymakers all the time. You could throw combinations. You can mix it up, and then you take that to the heavy bag and you build your power and your combinations at the same time. Then when you spar, you take that when you spar and you build on that. A lot of fighters that, a lot of people don't talk about this, but a lot of fighters a fight game is something very serious. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix up all your skills and create a platform that you could take to a world level and become a world champion. And you got to do it on a consistent basis. These fighters on the come up, they're fighting 8, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a year, trying to get a world title fight. And then when they become a world champion, they become a high commodity. So they fight 2 or 3 times a year. If the contenders are mediocre, but if they're fighting world class competition and high money making fights, they're fighting 2 times a year the most. Some guys like Gary Russell are fighting a year. So that should show you, become a world champion. You constantly in the gym training to keep that platform up to par, and your boxing skill asset up to par, so you could take it and defend it constantly in the world level. You're getting paid more, your promoter's paying you more, so you got to perform better. So yeah, another thing is, I like to talk about this 130-pound division, man. I still think Jezreel Corrales, the ex-super champion of the WBA belt, and also ex-lineal champion, he could become a world champion again, man. Yeah, I think he's still an avoided fighter. You know what I'm saying? Even in losing, he was very dangerous in that fight. I mean, he rattled Machado. You know what I'm saying? He brings a lot to the game. So one guy that I'm stunned about is Francisco Vargas. Francisco Vargas, after he lost his belt, I mean, he got a fight with Raj Saka, put him away. We've seen that he still throws a lot of punching, but he's not a one-pound puncher. I guess he wants to become a viable contender again and contest for another belt. I guess they're waiting for who's going to be the WBO champion, so they could see if they could sign a contract and contest for that belt. I think he's staying clear away from Berchelt. I think he doesn't want a rematch for Berchelt. Berchelt's still a very dangerous fighter, even though he's about 5'6", 5'7". He's not the tallest in the division, but he's probably one of the most dangerous super featherweights in the division. He has the WBA belt. He got to fight now Miguel Roman. If he gets a win over Miguel, another seasoned veteran that's very dangerous in the division, I guess they're gonna probably push for unification. We don't have a unified champion or undisputed champion in that division ever. So that would be nice if by the end of this year or by next year, we have an undisputed champion in the 130-pound division. If Gervonta Davis wants to stay there, man, I think that's a good home for him for now. Maybe once he gets undisputed status or something like that, then he can move up. There's still a lot of good fights in there. He got a good promoter that could hype up the fights good, and he probably could fight on the undercard. So if Floyd fights the ex-MMA fighter that he beat before, but he's looking for a rematch with him too. So he could fight on the undercard of that and get caked up. So yeah, the sky's the limit. I guess the guy that does the best in this division could graduate and move up to the 135-pound division and contest against Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia, even Robert Easter Jr. is there. Even he just has one loss on his resume. You got the WBO new champion, which he's pushing for unification. He's gonna have a unification with Lomachenko. All these fights are up there for the taking, and yeah, that would be great. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the 130-pound division. To tell the truth, at that level, at that weight class, those guys got to be consistently running to make the weight, to keep their combination punching. They throw a lot of punches, the featherweights, the super featherweights, the lightweights. So to be fighting at that level, at a world level, you have to throw a lot of punches. You got to be meticulous about roll work. You got to be meticulous about your training regimen. You got to have a close contact relation with your trainer, a respectable close contact relation with your trainer to keep at that level and maintain that high peak elite performance. And this is what I like about that division. I mean, I like to see fighters show those kind of skills. I mean, in the heavyweight division, the guys should train too. They do a lot of work, but punching power could change the status of a fight anytime. We see that with Deontay Wilder. And a lot of times in the heavyweight division, he's contesting with these fighters, and he's losing a couple rounds. He's behind on the cards. And at the end of the day, his punching power saves the day. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in the lighter divisions, you don't have that stunning concussive punching power like that. Very rare you see that, and that's that stamina does become essential in the lighter weight classes, and that's when you see guys start developing new boxing skills. That's when you saw Floyd. I think Floyd started developing that he tucking his chin, that the move that he used to have, that everybody started mimicking. That was in the lighter weight divisions. He took that also to the 147, 154 pound divisions, and you saw him develop a lot of things that a lot of the heavyweights don't develop because they rely more on the stunning, ferocious punching power. Plus, they have to push, they have to control the hug. When they're on the inside game, it's different. Punching power plays a key part in that. But in the lighter divisions, you don't see that much often. You see guys throw a lot of punches, like Leo Santa Cruz. He throws a tremendous amount of punches, high volume punches. He moves a lot in there. He creates angles. I mean, he throws punches like crazy when he fights, Leo Santa Cruz. So you guys have a great day. I just wanted to talk a little bit about professional boxing and some of the skill assets that a professional boxer needs to be a world champion and maintain his world status. And he also at all times has to have a positive mental attitude. He has to be able to deal with constructive criticism from many people, from all angles, from fans, from other boxers themselves, from promoters, from trainers, from everybody, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And be a positive person at all times. So you guys have a great evening and a great day. This is Sulaiman Ascar from Professional Boxing. Take care.